welcome to SveNFL.
What's up, y'all?
It's Jonathan Rollins.
And Schif Musara.
And we're two Americans living in Sweden talking about the last motherfucking game of the season, the Super Bowl. Man, who would have thought at this time that the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks would be the last teams standing? Congratulations to those teams, fans, and good luck to your teams, unless your team is the Patriots. It would be such a thorn in my little sports side if the Patriots win the Super Bowl, but it'll be a really cool story, though. Can't lie about that. And I've always liked Mike Vrabel, and to see what he did with that team, it's amazing.
I feel like we are trapped in what is one of my favorite phrases, a wilderness of mirrors, where black is white, up is down, Sam Darnold is in the Super Bowl, and Geno Smith is in the Epstein files.
Is Geno Smith in the Epstein files?
Geno Smith is in the Epstein files. Not for anything weird, but it's like
okay.
It's just been funny to like.
I thought black people were like not notoriously not involved in that stuff, man.
No, it was he's only in the Epstein files because Epstein apparently wanted to buy a jersey, one of Geno Smith's game worn jerseys or something like that. It's just funny that people have been like Googling inside of the Epstein files. So like Winnie the Pooh is in the Epstein files. It's like all kinds of funny stuff.
Is Harambe? I need to know if Harambe is in there.
There's a picture of Winnie the Pooh standing with like Epstein and some other guy.
Oh yeah,
like,
I saw that. Man, I know that some person made a like a site that is like it's like a clone of a Gmail account.
Okay.
And then it's all of the emails that are in there, and they're organized so you can sort through and see who wrote. Like you can look at the files if you just search it. It's some Gmail account. The guy made a website that just organizes all the emails from the Epstein files. It's crazy and that there's a whole lot more that's not out, and who knows what it is too.
Well, one of the biggest stories related to the Epstein files was the co-owner of the New York Giants being prominently featured in the Epstein files.
I'm sure.
That story is out there if anybody's interested in diving into it, and it's not good. And Roger Goodell's being asked about it at Super Bowl press conferences, and it's like they're going to have to do something because it's creepy. Some of the stuff that's in there.
Yeah, man. Heard some crazy stuff, man. What is happening? Jeez.
Speaking of crazy,
it's our big distraction too. It's about to be gone. The football's almost over.
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of crazy, probably one of the biggest things that happened since we last did this was the story about Bill Belichick not making the Hall of Fame.
This is so stupid. It's like lose legitimacy for your award. What the fuck?
This caused a huge uproar amongst the football community.
I don't understand.
It seemed pretty obvious if there's anyone who's regardless of how you feel about the Patriots or Belichick, he certainly appears to be deserving of as a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Even if you take away the Super Bowls won during the quote unquote Spygate era, he still has 4 Super Bowls. It's like, what? You know what I'm saying? Or 3. To me, it is. I think it's 4.
To me, there's two relevant things to consider when trying to figure out why this happened. One is the voting process, which much has been written about this. It's kind of a weird process where they have 2 separate categories. They have players who have recently retired who are being voted into the Hall of Fame, and then they have this whole separate category for coaches, owners, and I forget the term that they use, but it's for players who have been eligible for the Hall of Fame for over a decade, but haven't made it in for one reason or another. And there was one guy who votes for the Hall of Fame who came out and basically said, he said, look, I didn't vote for Belichick. It's not because I don't think he belongs in the Hall of Fame. It's because there were these three guys who I think really deserve to get in.
Oh,
And if we don't vote for them now, they're probably never going to get in.
Okay.
That's stupid. So there's something about the way they restructured, and part of the reason why they restructured how they vote for people in the Hall of Fame is because of criticism from the likes of people like Deion Sanders, who started complaining about certain people who were getting into the Hall of Fame. And so the Hall like restructured it to solve a problem, and then they created a whole new problem without realizing they had done it until now. The other explanation, which is maybe a little juicier, is former Bills and Colts general manager Bill Polian, who was a voter. Yeah. Rumors began to leak that he had told the other voters that Spygate should be a reason that Bill Belichick he should have to wait a year because of that. He claims that he did not say that. Other people are saying that he did. At first, he said, when he was asked directly, did you vote for Bill Belichick? And he said, I think so. I don't remember. And then when he was asked about it 2 days later, he came back and said, no, 100% I voted. So his story keeps changing.
Yeah, so that means he probably lying. Yeah.
So, yeah, it just, I agree with you that ultimately it just makes the Hall of Fame look really stupid.
Yeah. There's no more of a shoe-in than Bill Belichick, and he'll get in, but it's still like a smack in the face to him and his legacy. Like, who can get it now? No coach can ever get first ballot Hall of Fame anymore. Is Andy Reid supposed to get it? He lost to Belichick in the Super Bowl.
The interesting part about this is that you're going to have to step on this rake again next year, because let's all just assume that Belichick will obviously get voted into the Hall of Fame next year. Yeah. And then we're going to have to talk about this all over again. Yep. About how he should have been in there last. It's going to be a whole thing. And then him and Kraft are probably going to go in at the same time. Yeah. Which is going to be awkward. So I don't know. They fucked up. Yeah. They fucked up.
Yeah. Again, as always.
Speaking of organizations that normally fuck up, let's talk about the Cleveland Browns for a second. So there's been a lot of talk during this, coaching cycle. One of the reports that came out, which was quite interesting, was that the Browns were forcing their head coaching candidates to do homework. Like they would interview them in the first interview, and then they would schedule a second interview, and they would ask them to essentially write essays about why they wanted to coach the Cleveland Browns, to do all this homework about offensive coordinating and all this kind of stuff. They were subjecting them to personality tests to see if they had what it takes to be a head coach. In the end, after this embarrassing report came out, the Browns finally hired my man, former Bulldog, Todd Monken, as their next head coach. Mm-hmm. Former Ravens offensive coordinator as well. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. Immediately what happened was that reports started coming out that defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz was pretty fucking pissed. I think he was hoping he was going to get the job, and apparently he now wants out of Cleveland. So
who wants out of Cleveland?
Jim Schwartz, the defensive coordinator.
I thought he might be the next head coach.
That's what he thought too.
I think he made more sense. He made more sense, especially when you have all of the mess going on, and then now you're gonna have a first-time head coach trying to deal with all this shit. You still got a quarterback controversy looming. You still got money on this Deshaun Watson. You could kind of have him as your scapegoat, and you keep the defense together. It's like, oh my god.
I think it's safe to say that the Browns will continue being one of the most dysfunctional organizations in the National Football League.
Thank goodness. If it weren't for them, it could be my Dolphins. So keep standing in our way, Cleveland.
Yeah, exactly. More dysfunctional organizations. Let's go to the Raiders, who have hired Clint Kubiak, supposedly.
I'm shocked at these
They
hires.
they can't officially hire him because he is coaching in the Super Bowl this weekend. He's currently the Seahawks offensive coordinator. But this news kind of popped up by way of the fact that the first news that dropped was that the Cardinals are hiring Rams offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur as their new head coach. And LaFleur and Kubiak were the two guys that, were jockeying for a job. And the Raiders and the Cardinals were kind of the last two teams with head coach vacancies. So it's kind of interesting. I feel bad for Mike LaFleur in a way. Like, you're leaving the Rams, you're going to the worst team in what is clearly the best division in football. And then you got to face off against, your old boss, Shanahan, and the Seahawks. So good luck with that. And the Cardinals are ass, and they don't know what they're going to do with Kyler Murray. They're probably not going to keep him.
Did you say they're ass?
Yeah.
It caught me off guard. Cardinals are
what
ass.
You doing out here with all this ass?
Hey, what you doing out here with all this ass?
I'm here to double down. That shit is a 2-pack of ass.
One of the things that I think the Raiders should feel quite optimistic about is that, you do get one of the, you get a guy in Kubiak who clearly knows what he's doing on the offensive side of the ball. And you have the first overall pick, which I assume will lead to them taking Indiana's Mendoza. So you're going to have your quarterback. What they can do with that remains to be seen, but should be interesting.
You know what's interesting to me of the coach, all the coaching hires? You know what I'm gonna say.
Say it.
10 teams hire coaches. I don't know if I've seen 10 teams hire head coaches before. Is that a record?
I think it ties. I think they tied a record.
Okay, 10 teams hired a head coach. Guess how many black coaches were hired?
I know the answer to this.
Oh, what's the answer?
It's 0.
Yes, the answer is 0. Robert Saleh is a minority, so one minority coach was hired.
Right.
He went to the Tennessee Titans, and he's of Middle Eastern descent. And every other coach: John Harbaugh, Mike LaFleur, Kevin Stefanski, Jesse Minter, Joe Brady, Todd Monken, Clint Kubiak, Jeff Hafley, and Mike McCarthy. So we got retreads, we got first timers, got offense and defensive coaches, all able to hop in there. Two brothers, and I'm not talking about black. 2 brothers were hired in Harbaugh and LaFleur to join their brother as coaches, and one being a retread in Harbaugh. It's just like, and some of the top candidates out there were black and just couldn't get a job.
Even your guy from the Dolphins,
Yep,
the whitest.
The whitest black guy ever, Mike McDaniel.
The whitest black guy in the world, Mike McDaniel, couldn't even get hired.
Nah. They're like, nah, he doesn't pass the paper bag test. I don't know.
He's too black.
You see his shades on the sidelines? It's too black for me. He wears his pants.
The Lena Horne of the NFL.
Josephine Baker story.
Yeah, exactly.
Lena Horne. But I think it's a problem, man. And Roger Goodell said he's going to look at everything again because it shrunk. We had Mike Tomlin, Raheem Morris, and Mike McDaniel were all let go. So now the only thing left is D'Amico Ryans, Todd Bowles, and Aaron Glenn, who's probably not going to be head coach that much longer. It's like it's a purge.
Aaron Glenn is he is on the shortest of leashes.
He's got the black scapegoat thing where he's that coach that's in a stopgap coach who will be replaced soon, where they don't invest into the team and they use, we've seen it over and over again. These teams do it. I thought the Saints might do it as they fix their cap situation. You bring in the black guy, let him suck, and then kick him out of there, and then spend your money on the white guy. Dolphins have done it. Yeah. It's a shame, man, and it's not enough offensive coordinators that are. It's crazy. Almost every team, when we looked at all the coaches, you just see white coach, white offensive coordinator, black defensive coordinator, and it's just like the league is still 70% black, but not represented at the top of these teams, and it bothers me. Has bothered me since we started this podcast, and I'm not going to stop talking about it.
Yeah. You also mentioned in there one of the things I was getting ready to say, which is the Bills promoting offensive coordinator Joe Brady to be their next head coach.
We saw that coming.
We saw it coming, and I don't really think they had much choice. They kind of showed themselves in the firing of Sean McDermott. I can imagine that a lot of these head coaching prospects, they had red flags popping up all over the place.
Doesn't it seem like the Harbaugh thing just really set a domino effect? Where teams were like got permission from Harbaugh being fired to be like, let's look at what we have and let's just fucking go. So I think that's what happened with the Bills, because it didn't seem like it seemed kind of like a knee-jerk reaction to fire McDermott.
100%. It happened. It starts with Harbaugh, and then it happens with Tomlin. And then who was the other one?
Mike McDaniel. That came after too.
Mike McDaniel, and then Sean McDermott. And then the trend continued, oddly enough, when the Vikings, shockingly, this past week, decided to fire their GM, Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah. Which kind of came out of it came quite late. People were like, whoa, if you were going to fire this guy, I mean, it's not like you guys were in the playoffs. Like, seems like you would have fired him sooner, considering you're preparing for the draft. So that's been kind of interesting. I agree with you. I think it has been a bit of a domino effect. Now, Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, despite, the Vikings, really what happened was two things. One is that he gave an interview at the Senior Bowl, basically kind of embarrassed himself by trying to say that letting go of Sam Darnold was the right decision. However, the result of him making it to the Super Bowl is not ideal. It's not an ideal look. And everyone was like, what?
Damn, talk about a gaffe.
The other problem that you have to address is if you lift the hood on his tenure as the GM of the Vikings, he has had a terrible record when it comes to the draft. I don't remember the exact number, but it was a lot. Like, most of his draft picks are either no longer on the team or are not starters. And he's not a football guy. He came from like the investment world, and people thought he was going to come in and be one of these analytics dudes, and he kind of failed.
They should trickle these guys in if they do that. If you take somebody from outside, you got to like let them shadow somebody or something.
Yeah, he kind of failed, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I mean, you hit on Jefferson. Oh, Jefferson was around before, huh?
I think that might have come before him.
Oh, see, you didn't even get Jefferson? Yeah, it looks like he was 4 seasons, yeah. Oh, well.
Brian Daboll got a job. He's the offensive coordinator for the Titans now. Packers hired Jonathan Gannon as their next defensive coordinator. There's a lot of these coaches are getting the coordinator positions are getting hoovered up.
I was surprised Kingsbury didn't get another look.
Maybe he's doing the. I was thinking maybe he's doing the Ben Johnson thing. Like, maybe he's like, you know what? Maybe I should wait out one more year.
I mean, if a third of the team was getting a new coach, then it's probably going to be a bit. You know what I mean? This was the time. Kind of had what He
Yeah,
did.
you would think so.
He did apply for stuff, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what's going to happen, man, when all the dust settles. Like, which one's going to work out? Because with so many, they can't all be right.
No. I mean, yeah, 10 new coaches means that the hot seat list is going to be pretty small, but
Yeah.
I think I already know who's going to be on it. I've already started working on it.
Yeah.
Most of them are pretty obvious, but speaking of obvious, the NFL Honors Awards were last night. Figure we could go through that.
Yeah.
Not a lot of surprises here. The league MVP, my man, former Bulldog Matthew Stafford.
Oh, yeah, we knew that was
Apparently, the vote was quite close between him and Drake May. It's quite close. Which
I think it might be May's playoff performance that kind of, you know what I mean?
Perhaps.
Like towards the end, it kind of, yeah.
I think one of the most embarrassing awards that happened last night was Mike Vrabel winning Coach of the Year, not because he doesn't deserve it. I think he does deserve it. But it's a real bad look for the Tennessee Titans. You have a guy who won Coach of the Year as the Tennessee Titans head coach. You fire him, and the first chance he gets to coach again, he wins Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. I was laughing about something off camera right before we started.
Oh, yeah, I saw you laughing.
I heard something last week that I had to double check just to make sure that this was true. Mike Vrabel has as many wins with the Patriots since mid-December as the Titans have had since they fired Mike Vrabel.
Whoa.
I was like, what?
Wow.
6. The number is 6. He has 6 wins since December 21st. The Titans have 6 wins in 2 seasons. That's crazy.
That's hilarious.
Okay, Offensive Player of the Year, Jackson Smith in Jigba.
Of course.
No surprise there.
I think he's going to be, y'all could put a little change on the Super Bowl MVP. If I was a betting man. That's probably going to be some good odds on that Super Bowl MVP.
Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett. Literally no one voted otherwise.
Of course, yeah.
No one voted anything else.
Man, he had to work for that sack record. He's probably like, man, fuck you, Strahan. Strahan got gifted his last sack, and Joe Burrow was not trying to give up that last sack, and then he finally got it the next game.
Comeback Player of the Year, Christian McCaffrey.
I got a new rule thing, too. I think if you make a quarterback, because of pressure, get intentional grounding, you should be rewarded a sack.
I like that rule. That's a good one.
Because Joe Burrow did that a couple times to make sure that Myles Garrett.
It's an automatic safety if you do it in the end zone.
Yeah. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
If you do intentional grounding from your own end zone, that's the safety.
Yeah.
So it should also be a sack.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Where was I? Yeah, McCaffrey's Comeback Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Tetaroa McMillan from the Carolina Panthers. Who else? Defensive Rookie of the Year, Carson Schwarzenegger from the Browns. You have 2 Defensive Players of the Year, and your defensive coordinator wants to walk out. What does that tell you, Browns?
It's crazy that the Bills knew what to do to keep it together, and they promoted Joe Brady basically, and the Browns just never getting it right.
Yeah. Assistant Coach of the Year, Josh McDaniels from the Patriots.
That's one I think should never win it, because he's just not. I don't like that dude, man. How you have a second? The guy's like second in for MVP ranking, right? And then like, who is it? Is it the coordinator or is it the quarterback? You know what I mean? But also he was when those players came out saying that how Josh McDaniels be cheating. I feel like just like you can't, they didn't want to give Belichick the Hall of Fame nod. I feel like Josh McDaniels should never get it because you never know, man. He cheated he was on the Patriots cheating when that happened, and then as the head coach of the Broncos, he was cheating. So you know how
cheating
I feel
ass
about
cheater,
that. Cheating ass cheater.
Fuck that guy.
We have a new award this year. The NFL Protector of the Year goes to the best offensive lineman, and they gave it to Joe Thuney.
Mm-hmm. It's describing what he has on his legs.
Mm-hmm.
Thuney Joe. I'm glad that's good. I'm glad they added this award. I don't know. I don't know about offensive line play. So congrats to him.
I'm glad they did too, but I don't understand. I can't pretend to understand like how do you pick.
How does a guard? I mean, they do have stats to kind of rank these guys, but
yeah, I guess so.
As offensive guard too, man, it's like I would think somebody who's battling the defensive end would get it, but especially it's called Protector of the Year. So I would think a guard would get something if it was something like I don't know, Force of the Year for somebody opening up running lanes because that's what the guard normally does, but. Maybe he gave up no sacks or no pressures or something.
I think they need to open it up and make it a little more fun too, like open field tackle of the year.
Yeah.
Catch of the year, juke of the year, or fucking, you know what I mean? Like go crazy with it. Like make it more fun.
Yeah, they're so stiff, man. Gritty of the year. Celebration of the year. Within the stuff, within the rules. If you have within the rules or like best team celebration, and then all the teams are really trying to do the one, we got this. Have some fun sometimes, NFL.
Have some fun. Walter Payton Man of the Year, Bobby Wagner.
Super Bowl MVP, right?
Yeah.
I thought he won.
I don't know what he did
for the Seahawks. He was lying.
I don't know what he did to be the Man of the Year, but I'm sure it was something great.
Man. Did you know Walter Payton used to beat his wife?
I did know that.
Oh, okay. Just throwing it out there.
So, Walter Man of the Year.
The Wife Beater Man of the Year award. What? Come on, NFL. God damn.
Yeah.
There were so many good people in there that have been through the league. They could have picked so many people.
Maybe they named it that before they realized he'd be. I don't know. A lot of people knew about it.
SveNFL is proudly sponsored by Brisket and Friends. Brisket and Friends is the best barbecue in Sweden. Brisket and Friends. Barbecue so good, make you want to slap your grandma. Go there. Get you some good barbecue. Best in Sweden. Now, back to SveNFL.
I figure right about now we could start trying to contextualize the game, the final game, where we're at, how we got here, how unlikely this Super Bowl is.
Yeah.
A lot has been made about how this is some sort of a rematch, the whole Malcolm Butler thing, and getting a lot of traction. But, these two teams bear almost no resemblance
to the teams they were.
To either of those teams. It's not like there's anybody left, from either of those squads. As much as I still don't want the Patriots to win, I would argue that there is something about the Patriots that is this version of the Patriots is quite likable. I like Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
Drake May seems like a good guy. His wife is getting a lot of traction for baking cookies for the whole team and stuff. And, with the exception of Stephon Diggs, like you kind of, the old Patriots were easy to hate. This version, it's a little harder to find something to hate.
You think the Diggs thing is going to be where the refs are going to be cheating for the Seahawks to make sure that they don't have a
no.
No, you don't think they're going to be
I don't
losing?
think so. No, I don't think so.
Have you or have you not read the script?
Have I or have I not written the script? This is a better question. It's true that this is one of the least likely matches in recent memory. According to Vegas, before the season started, the Seahawks were at 70-1 odds.
Wow.
And the Patriots were at 80-1.
Wow.
If you remember last year, the Seahawks had a decent year, but they just missed the playoffs. They traded their number one wide receiver, DK Metcalf. They let their starting quarterback, Geno Smith, walk, and they picked up Sam Darnold in free agency after another narrative-fulfilling meltdown in the playoffs that had everyone talking about his famous night where he claimed to be seeing ghosts, right? Mm. So it's not like anybody was sitting here thinking the Seahawks are a shoe-in for the Super Bowl. The Patriots last season had a terrible offensive line. Ramondre Stevenson led the league in running back fumbles, and Drake May was didn't he win just like one game last year?
Damn. Because
before the season started, I looked this up. The Seahawks over/under win total prediction was 8.3.
Wow.
Just above the Bears and just below the Falcons and the Cardinals.
Wow.
The Patriots over/under before the season started was 8.8, but I think that was mainly because the Vrabel bump and the fact that it was assumed that they had the easiest schedule of any team in 2025. Interestingly enough, to that point, a lot of people have been talking about the Patriots' schedule this year. Mm-hmm. Patriots fans do not want to hear about this, obviously.
Of course not, yeah.
And in one way, I get it, right? But honestly, I don't care because fuck the Patriots. You're back in the Super Bowl, and the last thing you want to admit is that you don't deserve to be there. But if you're being honest with yourself, you already know. Yeah. And if you don't know, then allow me to elaborate. Because this has been going around this past week too, and this is very funny to me. A way to contextualize just how easy the Patriots' schedule was this year.
Okay.
Week 1, they played a team whose coach got fired. Week 2, coach got fired. Week 3, a team whose coach got fired. Week 4, NFC South. Week 5, a team whose coach got fired. God. Week 6, NFC South. Week 7, team whose coach got fired. Week 8, team who got fired. Week 9, team who fired their coach. Week 10, NFC South. Week 11, Jets. Week 12, Joe Burrow-less Bengals. Week 13, team who fired their coach. Week 15, team who fired their coach. Week 16, team who fired their coach. Week 17, Jets. Week 18, team who fired their coach.
What?
All true.
But the NFC South one, those weren't ones that fired the coach. It's NFC South. Because the Falcons, right?
Yeah, in some cases, but okay. Yeah. Now,
wow.
Thanks to I don't know who this guy is, some guy named Doug Clausen who posted this. He dug up some historic trash here. And you know how I love me some historic trash. Yeah. He wrote that the 2025 Patriots, 11 games versus teams who fired their head coach, tied a 100-year-old NFL record. Not since 1925, the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets, not since then has a team accomplished a similar milestone.
Of 11
playing
11
games, playing 11 different teams who fired their head coach at the end of the season.
How's that possible back then?
Some of those teams actually, it's 1925, so some of those teams like just vanished.
Multiple games.
Yeah, and they also played more games back then.
Yeah, and played against.
I think they played
like
20 to 25 games back then.
And they probably played against the same team and stuff like that. Because the league probably wasn't that big It definitely wasn't 32 teams.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, if we flip this around, and I think this is probably why a lot of people are kind of on the Seahawks, for as undeserving as the Patriots might be, I would argue that you could not find a player more deserving than Sam Darnold if you think about where he started and what he endured to get to this moment, right? We all know he was drafted by the Jets. And you have a quarterback drafted to the Jets. You're basically beginning your career in the bottom ring of NFL's version of hell, right? And to prove it, there's the seeing ghost game that everybody talks about.
Yeah.
Ironically, against the Patriots. This is the night that Sam Darnold played so poorly that he himself claimed that it felt like he was seeing ghosts. Now, even if you saw the game in real time, I promise you, it's way worse than you remember. Which is why I looked it up. 2019. Darnold's 16th NFL start. It's Monday Night Football. Prime time. Jets lose to the Patriots 33-0.
Damn.
And the stat line, dear Lord, 11 for 32, 86 yards passing, 4 interceptions,
God.
1 sack for a 13-yard loss, a lost fumble, and an intentional safety.
Intentional safety.
And that's what pisses me off.
His passer rating was 3.7 out of 158.
I'm totally embarrassed and totally ashamed.
To win games, you have to win the game, not lose the game.
So, yeah, it was bad.
Oh, man.
His second chance came by way of the Carolina Panthers, which is honestly one ring up in the NFL's version of hell. I mean, he becomes a backup for the 49ers. And this is where Darnold claims that even though he didn't play that much, he credits this time as like a valuable learning experience, to which I would say, like, no shit, you were finally on a team that isn't a dumpster fire wrapped in a shitstorm. You know what I mean? I had a similar experience. I don't know if you had an experience like this when you were a kid. Like the first time I slipped over at a friend's house and realized, like, oh, families can function. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Oh shit! They got furniture.
Your mom's not shit-faced drunk while she's cooking dinner. That's interesting. Wow. Cool.
Interesting.
Right. So then he goes to the Vikings, right? Sam Darnold wins 14 games, melts down in the playoffs, gets dumped for J.J. McCarthy, this guy who calls himself 9, only to wind up winning another 14 games with the Seahawks as well as a trip to the Super Bowl. The only quarterback to win back-to-back 14 games for 2 different teams. There's only 3 quarterbacks who have done this.
Oh, wow.
Win 14 games in back-to-back seasons for 2 different teams. There's only 3 quarterbacks who have done this. Peyton Manning,
Brett Favre,
Tom Brady,
Brady,
and Sam Darnold.
Wow. Holy
crazy.
Shit. That's crazy.
So if you ask me who I think is going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But wouldn't the Patriots just fuck this whole thing up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I have to name one team that could just derail this whole moment, it would have to be the Patriots.
I feel like they are like Jason Voorhees, man. Just that steady, just keep coming. You're running full speed. You stumble. You know what I mean? In the horror movie, falling over. You just got through making out. Because that's always in those movies. Just got through making out in the woods, and then you start running, and then he's just walking, and all of a sudden he's going to catch you. He's going to catch you because you panicking and running and shit. And that's what they seem like the football version of that. Even when like a fumble in the ball and then they fall on it, it's like, oh, this game could have flipped, but it didn't. And they just keep it going, keep it rumbling, and then win the game.
One thing I will say to credit the Patriots, despite the easy schedule and all this other stuff that I've been criticizing them for here, their defense has been, especially in the playoffs, has been very impressive.
It's getting better and better.
They there is something to be said for, yes, they have had an easy schedule, but I think a team like this can improve week after week, despite the fact that their opponents have not been that challenging. And honestly, I think Mike Vrabel is, I think he is a legitimate, he is worthy of being coach of the year for taking this squad, this roster, this far.
It's only going to get better too.
It's not just luck. I don't think they would argue that they thought they were going to be here. They probably thought they were a year away.
Yep. They should have been a year away. There's some fortune that came their way too. They did end up playing a team with a backup quarterback who ultimately threw the ball away at the end of the game. So I think that and that team is that it might be a rivalry down the line too. It might be Broncos Patriots as two of the next elite teams. They also happen to be in the year where Patrick Mahomes is hurt, and they can't figure that out. Lamar Jackson was hurt half the year. Joe Burrow hurt half the year.
Yeah.
And Josh Allen, what happened with them? They're just missing everybody? I don't know.
For me, the failure of the Bills is really about just poor roster construction. They really thought they were going to get away with this.
Yeah, this was the year for them. This was their year. This should have been the Patriots took away what should have been the Bills' year.
They tried to get into a contract dispute with my man, former Bulldog. What's my brain? It's just James Cook. At the beginning of the year. Yeah. They wound up paying him, and then he scores the most touchdowns of any running back in the league. So he lived up to his end of the bargain. But in the process of trying to sort of, they kind of made like a little, sort of like how Jerry Jones lets the thing, he always lets the contract thing go on too long, and you wind up having to pay the guy too much money, which maybe left them in a spot where they couldn't afford to go out and get players that they wanted to get.
And the Patriots got the Broncos to do their dirty work. Like they didn't have to face they faced the Chargers, right? Then they faced the Texans, who had a collapse and still almost won anyway. But the Texans just collapsed, man. CJ Stroud had the worst game possible. And and I know they wish they could run that back. You know what I mean? They probably win that game, 9 out of 10 times or whatever. And then they faced the Broncos, who right at the end of the game lose their quarterback. It's like they had a fortunate playoff run. Almost makes it feel like destiny too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see, with everything that Seattle has going on, with a great defense themselves, according to most of the metrics, apparently even better than the Legion of Boom defense. And then you have a lot of weapons on the offensive side of the ball. Kenneth Walker seems to be playing better in the playoffs. He's getting better and better. And as long as you can keep that going, I assume the Patriots' game plan is to try and just smother the run and hope that Sam Darnold can't beat you.
Yeah.
That has to be the game plan in a nutshell. Yeah,
they got to watch out for JSN, man.
Because that guy has defied logic all season. It's not like they have like a Jamar Chase, T. Higgins type scenario where it's like, well, shit, if I double this guy, I got to worry about that. There's really not another receiver. Like the idea that Jackson Smith and Jigba has that many receptions and that many yards on the season to win Offensive Player of the Year when he's playing on a team where he's the obvious first read on every passing play. It just defies logic. And I haven't really watched the tape, but it must be he must just be an elite route runner
He's
to be
elite,
able to pull that up.
but they also get him the ball on screens. They get him the ball on sweeps. It's not like he's just out running routes too. They just make sure to feed him, and it's smart.
You're right. He's not a one-trick pony. They line him up in a lot of different places.
Yeah.
And he can catch he can do it on the slant. He can do it on the deep ball. He can do it on the out route. He's got it. It's all in his bag. He can do it all. I don't think he's going to win Super Bowl MVP because if he has those kind of numbers, then that means Sam Darnold's throwing him the ball. So,
and let's not forget, they pulled a Kyle Shanahan and brought in the middle of the season Rashid Shaheed.
Right.
And that kind of flipped their season. When he got over there, started returning kicks, giving them good field position, scoring sometimes. And then he's a threat receiving the ball too. And he's been put more and more into the offense as the season progressed.
He's the definition of an X factor.
Yeah, man.
Like, whoa, where'd that guy come from?
Yep.
Like, I didn't expect it, honestly. Like, oh, cool, the guy, because I knew him because he played for the Saints. And I'm like, whatever. But then he's just lighting it up on the regular over there.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So I'm trying to think about I'm trying to think of ways in case it turns into one of these things where I'm gonna be sitting here watching the Patriots hoist the trophy again, like where I can see it coming, but I can't see that many scenarios how they win it unless you have a Sam Darnold meltdown, which we've seen before. We've seen him have a meltdown.
My one fear is, I think that Sam Darnold has proven that he's capable of having a meltdown all on his own. I personally think he's kind of beyond that.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting.
However, I do think
against the Rams.
I think that this Patriots defense is capable of producing a meltdown.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, or getting them to overthink and maybe call more pass plays than they need to, or get away from what they're trying to do because they're getting frustrated and trying to go for that big thing. Yeah, so we'll see, man. We'll see how disciplined they can be because the Patriots seem like, if nothing, they are a very disciplined team. Seahawks are going to have to stick with it, but Mike McDonald seems to be the real deal, man. And so does Mike Vrabel. This mic off is going to be crazy.
It's a mic off. Mic battle.
Yep. Our team, we had the wrong mic, man. We got the wrong mic.
To win games, you have to win the game, not lose the game.
Right.
That's what we were dealing with. And now we got fucking Packers bullshit. Nobody's excited in Miami. So hopefully that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Should we get some flipping going?
Let's do it.
Man. Okay. First I want to say, okay, you're flipping the coin. But first I want to say what I think is going to happen. Okay. And then when you say what you think is going to happen, I think it's going to be a smothering Seattle defense and a strong Seattle offensive performance too. And I just think it's going to be a blowout. I think it might be a boring Super Bowl. I think we might get the Patriots who shouldn't be there really, and they're ahead of their time. And then it's finally going to be shown because I expected that to happen in the Houston game, and I expected them. It almost happened in the Denver game, but the Denver, they just coached themselves out of that game, really. But then it would have been even more of a blowout because the Broncos couldn't have kept up with these Seahawks with that quarterback. So I just think the Seahawks are head and shoulders above them, and we're going to see it in this game. The Seahawks are a team that can grind and can have explosive plays too. And I don't think, and I still don't think it's their offense that's going to do it. I think their defense is just going to smother the shit out of the Patriots, and then some good special teams, and then offense will just put the nail in the coffin. So I think it's going to be a double-digit kind of boring, or like kind of last year's Super Bowl was kind of such a fucking blowout. It's going to be another NFC is head and shoulders above AFC. That's my prediction. And what I want. Because I don't like the Patriots.
I keep my predictions short and basically just say that I agree with you. I don't see, as much as like in my head, my own sort of personal torment that I've experienced at the hands of the Patriots might affect the way I feel about the game. When I look at the Seahawks, I just don't see a lot of weaknesses.
Right.
I just don't. I don't see a lot of weaknesses. And I don't see how they lose this game. And I think it will also be quite one-sided.
Oh. Where are you watching it at? Oh, you're going to watch it?
I think what I really want to try to do, I want to try to wake up on Monday morning and I want to try to not see the score.
Okay.
Did they show the score? What did?
No, I mean on DAZN?
Yeah.
You can on the app you can turn it off if you're going to look on the app on the phone or whatever. You can turn off show scores. And then but on the TV it doesn't show it.
Okay.
It used to show it, but now it doesn't anymore.
Because I would. That's what I would like to do.
Yeah. Best case is to watch it with like. I think they have a version of it. If you wait a few hours after the game, there's a version where they show the game and like with no commercials, but then they'll show the halftime show too. Because I can't wait. I've been listening to Bad Bunny, by the way. I never listened to his music before. This last album is a fucking banger. I don't even know all of the words. I'm not that good at Spanish. But I could keep up a little bit with some of the stuff, and I catch words here and there that I'm like, oh, I know that word. That shit is good no matter what, man. As a person who likes salsa, and it's like a different, all of these different, it's a genre blender of music. So I can't wait to see what he does with the Super Bowl. I'm excited about that. I think that's how it should be, too, an artist that you get to check out that has a very broad array of music. I think it's a great artist to choose. This dude is good, man. He's doing some rapping. He's doing a little bit of singing and then a little bit of mix. It's so good. Salsa. Love it.
So you're not going to tune into the Kid Rock Turning Point USA halftime show?
No, I'm going to skip that, man.
You're going to skip that?
Yeah, I'm going to skip that. It's so funny, man. There's a congressman in Tennessee. Have you seen that? This congressman in Tennessee stood up and he was like, used this time to say that he'll be watching Bad Bunny. He said, and all of you racists here that are going to be tweeting about, I just want to remind you that Puerto Rico is a part of America due to colonialism, and he said, so don't say it's not America because it is America. So I just want to warn you beforehand, and also I'd like to remind you that Kid Rock is going to be on the other channel. And if you watch that, you'll also be watching someone who has a song about having sex with underage people. And that's also something that you are supporting with this White House. So I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh, shit.
And then he's like,
wow.
he yields his time. And then the next person comes up and says, I didn't even know the Super Bowl was this Monday. Or whatever. It's fantastic. Fantastic that he does that, man.
That's crazy. I love it.
I'll send it to you when I find it. That's great.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, man. So let's get this flip on. This is the most important coin flip in SveNFL flip 'em and pick 'em history because it's 187 to 185, right? You're up on asterisks, right?
Am I? What's the?
It's 11 to 10, I believe. Even though you have shot in the dark, asterisks, 17 attempts at asterisks. 17. No. 27. 27 attempts. You have 17 incorrect, 10 correct. I have 9 incorrect and 10 correct. So I did better. My percentage is way higher than yours with your desperation asterisks. But it doesn't matter. It does matter. It matters the most.
You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
Thanks, Jordan. Thank you, Michael. Republicans wear shoes too.
That's Gretzky.
Oh, was it? Okay, my bad. But 187, 185. So that means, and this one is worth 50 points? Or
It doesn't really, sure, but it doesn't matter. Whoever wins, right?
yeah, whoever wins this one wins it. So let's go, man. Woo!
Okay, you ready?
No.
Here we go.
All
right. Flip.
Tails never fails. Oh no, I know that look.
Tails.
It is. Oh, let's go.
Tails.
Let's go. I won. I feel like I should go against everything I said so far. Because I'm always wrong in these things. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks for the victory, man. You gonna asterisk me?
Do I have a choice?
You can. You already won the asterisk game. You got 11 to my 10, so
That's true, actually.
so that's over.
Yeah.
Unless you really feel that way, but I honestly don't see how the Seahawks lose, how the Patriots win. Even though if I'm a Patriots fan, I'm proud my team even made it here. They shouldn't be here. Despite all the stuff you said, they had played easier teams, and then they had this luck in the playoffs and all this stuff. You play to win the games. You play
to win the game.
You gotta beat the team that's in front of you. That's what they did. They got all the way here. They still beat the best defense in the NFL with the Texans. No matter what you say about the 5 turnovers and the meltdown and all that stuff, they still won one game. What else are they supposed to do? So be proud, even if y'all lose. If you win, even more reason to have some pride, because maybe your first tough game is the one that you'll win. It's like, fuck it, that's what we do. So
yeah.
So yeah, I don't even have the hate that I normally have towards them. I'd be proud if I was a fan of that team. And yeah, don't hang your head if you lose. But I just don't see how they win. I really don't.
I agree. Yeah.
Yep. Damn, that's it, man. Who's the scariest team? No, just kidding. I'm a little sad, man. It's gonna be the end of the year. I'm not encouraged about my team this offseason, but we'll be still coming back with some episodes this offseason we'll talk about how this game plays out. What if we're completely wrong and the Patriots blow out the Seahawks? It'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I don't see it happen, but we'll see. That's why we play the games, man.
Yes, Lord.
All right, let's wrap this thing up, brother. Thank y'all so much for checking this episode out, man. This has been we have been previewing the splendidly sexy, salaciously slippery Super Bowl extravaganza. That's right. I've been Jonathan Rollins.
And I have been Schif Mizara.
With SveNFL. We'll catch y'all on the other side where we talk about what happened in this game, man. Thank y'all so much. Peace.
Later, y'all.
Get serious.